You can date for fun. You can date with a purpose. You can date without an assurance you're gonna get married to that person. If you date for fun, you will probably break up out of fun and for fun, and it won't be funny. Don't give up yet. All hope is not lost. As Wema Tv, we're a voice of hope, and we're here to tell you that love is real. If God gave His Son Jesus Christ to come and die for us, I mean, the greatest example of love, you know. Hello guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Welcome to another amazing episode of BookLab. I hope you have been reading those books. Of course, I'm your amazing host, Joanna and Jerry, and today I'm alone, as you can see, and it feels nice to be here because I'm up for something interesting for us all as BookLab fans. Remember, this is the best book review show on your screens right now. So if you've been following, you know that we have had a period where we have tackled habit formation, and it was great. And we just entered into another amazing conversation that we'll be having together, and that's on matters relationships. And as I told you, BP and I, who in absentia would totally concur, is that we are lovers of love. So we are going to be having side conversations apart from the book reviews that we usually have, and it's going to be amazing because I'm going to be getting views from people out there. And as I told you earlier when we were beginning the show, is that we will be having a panel, and that will start soon as on our next episode. So stay tuned for that. That's something I'm giving you for free. So stay tuned for that. But today, I want us to have a conversation, just you and I, a heart to heart. And it's based on the book that we reviewed last time. And if you've not listened to that show, make sure you do. We tackled Basics by our very own renowned author, Ernest Wamboye, with Waturi Wamboye, who's his lovely wife. And it's an amazing book to read. I mean, I go back to it time and again, referring to some things that I needed to remind myself of. And as I told you, it's just a basic foundation for marriage. And if you really need to have such basics, you need to read that book. And I'm not at all like campaigning for it. I'm just telling you it's a nice book. Make sure you read it. So in a section that we didn't handle is the semantics of dating and courtship. And I mentioned that. And I was talking to some people earlier before recording the show, which we are right now. And I asked them what they understand by the word dating and the term courting. And it's interesting what people think about the two terms, you know, the idea behind the whole dating and courting thing. And for me, it's different. But I want us to go back to the book, Basics by Ernest Wamboye. And I want to read out something that he stated, because I just got to mention the two terms during the last recording, which was the review on the book. So let's get to what he says about the semantics. Maybe for those that haven't come across that term, which is okay. English is a vast language, and you can always meet new terms along the way. So semantics is just a warning of danger. It's a warning of danger. You can get to read that meaning from your dictionary. Very simple. So the semantics of courting and dating. Ernest says the term dating and courting have been used interchangeably through the 21st century, such that meanings seem uncertain at times when you mention them in public. And I concur with that 100% from the views I've had from my friends before I started this show. And I got to hear from friends like dating is just random. Like, you can date for fun, from one of them. You can date with a purpose. You can date without an assurance you're gonna get married to that person. And that was interesting. And I went ahead to ask, what is the realistic period for dating? Some were like 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months. And that was okay. I mean, it's dependent with every couple For me, that's my thought. What's yours? And I want us to have this conversation as raw and as real as it could get, because these are things that are happening. And as Anne states it, the two terms have been used interchangeably in the century that we are right now. Ernest, in his book Basics, states that first of all, we should not make a mountain out of a molehill, you know, and it should not be such a debate what dating is, what courting is, but for the purpose of this series, which I want us to clarify so that even as we progress, we know what we're talking about. And by the end of it, we get clarity. He says that we're going to be using the terms dating and courting to demonstrate chronological differences in the relationships between men and women. So let's not, okay, in this session or in this whole series, we won't use it or we won't use it one up each other chronologically, like the biblically or theologically. So guys, I want us to have that in mind, so that even as we mention dating and courting, we won't go back to that debate, yeah? And maybe just a little bit on where it originated from. It's from the 1900s, you know, American, where guys shifted from just picking a girl from the family setup to exclusively taking them out on dates, you know, asking them to be their girlfriends, later on to their wives. So it's just a chronological flow from being asked out, maybe for the lady, on dates, coffee dates, maybe lunch dates, wherever some people will go out on Kubandaski dates, as my teammates or colleagues will say. Some will go out on Java. I don't know. It depends. Wapi unapelekwa, which is okay, you know. And for this series, let's not focus on that. Let's not make a mountain out of a small molehill. And I hope we're okay with that, guys. So that we will use dating as a reference to the period where an official request to marry the girl has come from the man's end, and courtship for the period right before marriage. So I hope you are clear on that. So as we mentioned dating, in relationship goals, you know what we'll be talking about. When we mention courting, you know what we'll be talking about. And I know all of us have different views about that. And I want to go back to a statement earlier made that some people will date for fun. Now, Ernest, in one of his many interviews, says that if you date for fun, you will probably break up out of fun and for fun. And it won't be funny. So I don't know where you are at. I don't know whether you're dating for fun. I don't know whether, because I mean, it's become such a controversial era, a topic, and also it's become such a wastage of time, such that people are doing it out of trial and error. And for me, it might not sound like the best thing to do, because as I say, time is progressing. Where are you? And I've had some friends of mine still say, like, people have dated, as we are referring to in this series, like they have dated for 4 years, both parties, but they each live, those partners they have dated for 4 years, and they meet, and within an year or so they are married. And I don't know how sad, what sad reality there would be if not that for me. So for you, it might sound like unrealistic to date even for a month. If this person ain't asking me to be exclusively intending to be married to them, I'm not doing that. So we're gonna be tackling that. Stay tuned, guys. Read as many books, gather as many written articles on matters relationship, because if now is not the time to get clarity in that, I don't know when. And as I said, before you find the one, be the one. You need to know that I can stay with me. And it's only fair enough if you're comfortable being with you that another person comes in and you progress in life together. So that's basically it. There is nothing much that, or nothing impossible. You know, some people have come to a point in life and they feel like, love is impossible. You know, my friends and I sometimes joke, and if the next relationship doesn't work, I'm going right into the seminary, you know. Don't give up yet. All hope is not lost. As Wema Tv, we're a voice of hope, and we're here to tell you that love is real. If God gave his son, Jesus Christ, to come and die for us, I mean, the greatest example of love, you know, and they go ahead to joke and him waka, this year we must eat rice. If not for a wedding, for a funeral, we don't go to that extent. We don't want to see ideas coming your way or our ways because we said such things. Just be careful, and it's all in the mind, but also in our hearts, out of the abundance of the heart, our mouths speak. And only through the renewal of our minds does it bear transformation. And I don't know what better words I'd use for us today, but I'm excited that as Wema TV, we have a platform to create awareness by reviewing books. So I'll keep repeating, read books, form those habits. Every morning you wake up, make sure you learn something new, and I'm excited to walk this journey with you alongside BP in Absentia, and people will be bringing along this journey. That's it, guys. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it true as well. And I'm hoping to hear from you. Our handles are right here, Wema TV, on Instagram, Wema TV, on Facebook. These are side conversations that we want to be having. So every time we review a book, when we find it necessary that we need to elaborate some things, we'll be having side chats, maybe with BP, in a solo setup, or I or some other person. So be open-minded. We are spontaneous and we are ready to learn from each other, both from you and I, because I know we are all learned people. If you're able to read a book from the start to the stop, you're a learned person. And for guys that are just here to give us views and likes, we appreciate you. But please, read a book. By the end of this year, what will you have to show? I mean, I've been watching BookLab. Have you read a book from? Do I need to mention names? No, I don't. So see you guys in the next one. Let's keep it real.